Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Sunday morning. And on a Sunday morning, our meditation journey is always a more quiet one. Once we get started meditating, I will talk considerably less, and we'll all take the opportunity to sit in this silent space together. So, why though? Why sit in silence together? Why follow a practice of meditation? And our teacher this week has been Michael Beckwith. He's got some beautiful insight into why meditation, but I'll share with you as well just a little bit of science on meditation that will help you wrap your head around what it is that this silent space provides us. Anthony, a very good morning. Pat, good morning. Sunmuddy, good morning. Estelle, good morning. Awesome seeing you all. I hope you're having a really good weekend. A regular practice of silence is like medicine. And the long-term healing properties of meditation are becoming increasingly clear through modern science. Recently, meditation researchers have investigated how meditation impacts what is called the brain's default mode network. This includes the running commentary, the running self-talk that constantly chatters in the background as you go about your day. For most of us, this default mode network tends to focus on the past or the future instead of the present moment. For example, we may be vaguely aware of thoughts looping through our consciousness such as, why did I say something so stupid? What if I'm not good enough? What if the worst case scenario happens? This is known as rumination, and that is what happens in our default mode network. There's that constant rumination happening. A recent fMRI study, which is a functional MRI, revealed that there are shorter neural responses in the regions of the default mode network for people who meditate regularly, suggesting that meditation on a regular basis enhances the ability to limit negative self-talk, such as dwelling on past mistakes or imagining problems in the future, allowing instead for meditators to stay in the now. Hey Charlene, good morning, happy Sunday, it's good to see you. In a nutshell, what it means is this. People who meditate consistently are slowly developing an increased ability to become aware of the unhelpful thoughts that are on autopilot, and their ability to step away from these unhelpful thoughts keep improving. You have within yourself everything that you need, and meditation is just one of the tools that can help you unlock your full potential. Here are Michael Beckwith's thoughts on meditation specifically. He says, when a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformative process and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the whole, and we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on the planet. Nella, good morning, happy Sunday, awesome seeing you. Michael Beckwith says, meditation and prayer have withstood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and take your attention away from what you don't want and all the emotional charge around that, and place your attention on what it is that you wish to experience. Stop looking outside for help. You are sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It is your life. Michelle, good morning. Happy Sunday. It's really good to see you. All right, this space today exists for just that, silence. I love the idea of people coming together in a silent space and just sharing in this nothingness together. So if you're ready, here we go. You can close your eyes and we'll float away, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation to dive inwards, dive all the way into your body, and spend time within this silent space that already exists within you. As you breathe in, raise yourself up. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. I don't want you to get the idea from reading the study this morning that meditation makes us able to have complete control of our thoughts. Because in our brain's default mode network, thoughts will appear. We can't really stop the brain thinking thoughts. Like, it would be impossible for you to stop your sweat glands from producing perspiration. It's just what they do. And the brain is similar. It'll produce thinking. But through regular meditation, we become better at our relationship to the thinking. I like to describe it as realizing that your brain is producing all of these wild horses running wild. And perhaps in the past, you've compulsively jumped onto the backs of some of these wild horses and tried to bring them under control. That is not your job right now. Your job, while you focus on your breathing, is to realize you can take a step back from these wild horses and just watch them run. No need to jump onto the back of any of them. Continue softening with every exhale, and I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Use the last few breaths of this phase to help your body stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. having softened our bodies into a space of presence as much as we are able to, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and invite softness to follow and settle in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation that invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. Feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Once again, the aim here is not to try and get your brain to a place where it stops thinking thoughts, but to experience more and more that you can put quite a lot more distance between yourself and the thinking than you've realized in the past. Whereas in the past it might have felt that the thinking is really personal, that the thinking is who you are. I'm sure by now you've at least partly come to know that the thinking is just a product of what a brain does. And when you create a bit more distance and take a step away from these thoughts, it becomes so clear that I am not the thinking. I am the one who is able to take a step back and look at the thinking. And from this place, I can become better at figuring out whether I agree with this thinking or not. Are there some of these thoughts that have validity? And are some of these thoughts just completely baseless? Just a brain doing what a brain does? This space, this objective observer, is the space I want you to slip into. It is below the surface of the thinking. We don't have to shut down the thoughts to find that deeper than the thoughts. It's a space that already is pretty quiet. I can still look at the thinking. I can still look at me thinking. But I have a different opinion on this me thinking. I can see how this human is just trying. I can look at this human without judgment, without criticism, and just see the experience of the human condition play out. When you're able to slip into this deeper place, when you can look at you through eyes of love and kindness, I do believe that you might be seeing you through the eyes of your soul. Enjoy your journey. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. You can take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness to settle into every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or you can lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you again from Michael Beckwith's words about meditation. He says, when a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformative process and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the whole, and then we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, of peace, of compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on this planet. Meditation and prayer have withstood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and to take your attention away from what you don't want and all the emotional charge around that, and to become better at placing your attention on what it is that you do wish to experience. Stop looking outside for help. You are sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It is your life. We have just a few more minutes of silence left, and I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this space of silence. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for joining us in this simplicity of just sitting in a space of silence together. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the lessons that silence brings. Take a deep breath in. I have a real deep sense of when we're sitting in this silent space together, that we each have those small moments where we fall into the space between thinking, where we don't realize we've fallen into that nothingness for a moment or two. That if we sit and do this together, we are all really falling into the exact same space. The exact same energy from different places in the world. We're operating from the same vibration, occupying the same space in space-time. One more big breath in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your silence, of your sacred space with us. Pepe, good morning, good evening on your side of the world. Thank you for joining us. Wishing you an awesome Sunday. I hope you rest enough. I hope you have enough fun. And if you're ready tomorrow, we'll be right here to jump into the week along with you. Thank you, Sunmari. Thank you, Pepe. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Nala. Thank you, Estelle. And whoever else might be in the background. Have a good day. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.